Hey, we're back. Ari Maletsky here, enjoying the beautiful day in Central Park. Today is the 22nd day of the Omer, of the count of the Omer. And I'd like to share a thought with you that I found very inspiring. I'm using a new microphone, which is right up there on top of the phone, and I hope you can hear me. It's actually, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, today's talk is a very powerful talk where the Rebbe teaches us really a few lessons, but gotta keep your mind on this one. The number one is that everything that's true, if it's truly true, it's in the Torah. And not only is it in the Torah, but it actually finds itself, it has a practical application in the Jewish law, not just in psychology and, you know, a good lesson for ourselves. But this is a Rebbe's revolution, that if it's true, it's got a practical application in Jewish law. So the Rebbe says there's a saying that was said from the Hasidic Rebbe's in the Hasidic dynasty, that there's nothing more complete, nothing more whole than a broken heart. The question is, what does that mean? Is it a play on words? A cute play on words, nothing more whole, nothing more complete than a broken heart? The Rebbe says no. If it's coming from a Lubavitcher Rebbe or a Hasidic Rebbe, it's true, and it actually has its application in Jewish law. Where do we find application of there's nothing more complete than a broken heart in the Jewish law? Says the Rebbe as follows. Our whole world mission is pretty much summed up like this. There's God, one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. There's only one. God is one. There is nothing else. But then God created the world and everything in it. And our job is to bring all of the many things of the world and bring them back up to God, to the unity of God. How do we do that? Through the Torah, through the mitzvot. That's our special mission as Jewish people and as people of the world. Now, one of the main ways in the olden days especially, they would bring sacrifices, offerings on the Holy Temple, and that was called a korban. A korban. I'm going to use the word korban. Korbanot, sacrifices, offerings, where they would bring an animal, sacrifice for various different things that they would need to at the time. The Rebbe says we could find this concept that we're looking for now about the completeness of a broken heart in the Jewish law, how it applies to one specific korban. And it's really fascinating. The Jewish law says that for a korban, a sacrifice, an offering, to be kosher, it has to be complete. It has to be whole, complete. We used the word complete before, but in many various different aspects of the completeness. Number one, the altar, the mizbeach on which it's offered, has to be complete. It can't have a blemish on it. The animal that is offered can't have a blemish on it either. Can't have a scratch. The person, the Kohen, the priest who offers the sacrifice, has to be complete. He has to be an unblemished human being, physically. The person who brings it, actually the wood on which the animal is burnt, can't have worms in it. Complete in every way. Now, all other sacrifices, if you have all those criteria, you're kosher. It's a good sacrifice. It's a good korban. There's only one. Even if a person's mindset, here's the idea, if a person's thinking about baseball, football, or the stock scores, or anything else, or even thinking about a different korban. Let's say a person's bringing a korban toda for thanks, but he's thinking, oh, I'm bringing it for peace or something else. It's still kosher. Aside from one, there's only one korban, and arguably true, but now we're talking about one. That it has to be lishma. Your mindset, your intention has to be complete. Your intention has to be dedicated, and you have to have your mind on the korban. And the reason why you're bringing the korban, and that is a korban chatas, a sin offering. A sin offering has to have the right intention for it to be kosher. What is this intention? The intention is of a sin offering is, dear God, I regret what I did. I'm truly sorry. The intention is a broken heart, says the Rebbe, and here's the crunch line. The broken heart is the intention that makes the korban complete. A person, as he's bringing the korban, the sin offering, somebody makes a mistake, does something that God says no. There was a korban, there's a sacrifice. And if he would just do it with his mind elsewhere, it was no sacrifice, it was just a dead animal. But if his mind is on it, and he's thinking, God, I'm sorry, my heart is broken, I won't do it again. The intention is what makes the broken heart, is what makes the korban complete. That's where we have an application to a broken heart makes something complete, the korban. May it be God's will that we should not need to have any broken hearts. And let's offer our broken heart of regret to God before he finds other ways to influence us in that direction. We should never need any broken hearts, and God should bring only peace and happiness and joy to the world forever. Enjoy the view, enjoy the day. God bless you.